something that works. It might work.
Wait, I started streaming, I just want to test it.
Right?
See if anything happens.
Hello.
This is more of a last resort because I don't have a second monitor. So I'll have to alt-tab a lot.
I mean, it's not like we're playing a game at all.
I know.
Talking.
No, wrong one. There we are. Oh, is it live now? Okay, it's live.
Live.
Seems to be.
Live.
Oh, is it live now?
Live.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, it's live.
Okay.
Slightly
Live.
but that seems to be
Live.
more or less the norm. Live now.
I mean, all podcasts will have delays.
Slightly
Live.
but that seems to be more or
No
less
need.
the norm.
I mean, all podcasts will have
The only thing that
delays.
slightly
Live.
but that seems to be more
No
or
need.
less live.
I mean, all podcasts will have
The only thing that
delays.
slightly
Live.
but are you doing that on purpose?
No
Or
need.
this is live?
What am I doing? Why are you talking about what we're doing on purpose?
I just kept hearing the same thing over and over again. I think it's because the audio was playing through OBS, so it's just doing a loop.
Yeah, I mean, well, we've got our first comment.
Yep. I'm going to have to mute the stream, so I'm not going to be able to tell if there's any issues with the audio, because if I play it, it's just going to loop it, because of how OBS picks up desktop audio.
Alright, look, we'll start this in 3 minutes despite all the technical problems.
I'm not
If
sure.
anybody asks, this will be a visual representation of The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
Everything cooking up.
So Will's at a wedding.
Yeah, Will's at a wedding.
Max is suddenly preoccupied. Salty's probably gone now.
Max is gone. Looks like it's just us two.
Yeah. I mean, next year, my cousin's getting married and I'll be into that wedding. I mean, thankfully, it's not that far away where they're getting... Well, that's happening.
Oh, where are they getting married?
I should know the name of the town because I've driven past it so many times to get to school. What blow do you think it is?
No idea.
Yeah, what blowed?
Yeah, because if you go on the Biscuit Mafia YouTube channel and you look at the videos, you'll see the last time we did one of these 6 months ago.
And to make up for it, we've got basically 2 in a row. Because there'll be one tomorrow.
Exactly. So, you know what? Let's do it. Shall we just go with it? I mean,
might as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to restart the stream? Shall we just go from here?
Might as well go from here, because Jesus Christ, I don't know how to get the images to change, but to be honest, it gets the job done.
I mean, it does work. So
sort of.
let's do it. Welcome, 3 watchers of this video about The Last Jedi.
Oh, it's just 2 on my end.
Shit, it is just 2. Welcome, 2 viewers, and soon to be none. Welcome, viewers, to this final episode, 6 months in the making, of The Last Jedi. Now, if you watched the other 2 episodes, you'll know that we have taken the piss out of a really bad movie. But this time...
It's not as much as taking the piss as just as much as tearing it apart just to point out the glaring issues with it.
No, we've gone further than tear it apart. We've
eviscerated it?
Hey!
Bit like that bird that was on my bed the other day.
Wait, you eviscerated a bird?
No, one of the fucking cats brought it in.
Oh!
I woke up to that, just like, what on earth is going on? Other end of my bed, by my feet, she's got a bird there with his head missing.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Oh, you had to clean it as well.
Oh, please, I don't want to know about your birds in your room. Alright, we start the in-betweeners now. Right, okay. Enough of the birds and whatever. Let's get on with the actual subject. So, basically, we're going to be doing something different this time. Rather than pointing out the flaws, we're going to be saying what we think would improve the film. So, what we should take out, could take out, would take out, or would, should, and could add in. So,
I think
actors, any sets, any locations, ships, etc. So we'll be doing that basically. So,
what could we
Hunter.
do? The script, stuff like that. Well,
Exactly.
the first thing that comes to mind, what should be removed, is Ryan Johnson as the director.
Yes.
Now, hasn't he gone out on record at one point to say that he likes to make dividing films on something like that? I could be completely wrong.
I think. I mean, the thing is, if you look at Ryan Johnson's past films, none of them have really been that divisive.
But I don't think any of them as big as say Star Wars.
Yeah.
It's a somewhat of a slippery slope. Like,
oh yeah.
I can't completely fault him for that sort of approach, because if it's worked out just fine in smaller films, yeah, it makes a bit of sense. He thinks it worked just fine for this. But like, it's a slippery slope because it's a massive franchise.
Well, I mean, the thing about it is, it's a multi-billion-dollar franchise, which for the last 40 years has been
incredibly popular.
Exactly, and changing the way we make films. But it's not fully Ryan Johnson's fault the movie turned out this way. It's also Disney.
Yeah, there's a lot of other things that goes on as well, not just the director.
No, I mean, you've got the script, the locations, but the director is, it's the beating heart of the film.
Yeah. I'm not sure if he actually writes. Did he actually write the film, or was it like script writers?
No, the script writers. He just directed the film.
Right. So we can also blame the writers and maybe change them out, or give them a different direction as well. Because I'm pretty sure the director gives them, maybe some sort of vague plan, or do they just come up with it or something?
No, it's a collaborative idea. Everybody pitches in ideas, stuff like that. I think that's how it works, at least.
Oh, did you hear how Mark Hamill gave suggestions that it should be a little bit more tailored to the fans and stuff?
Yes, and Mark Hamill has gone on record saying they've ruined Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, and considering he's played him,
considering he is Luke Skywalker, you'd think the man who is Luke Skywalker, when he says Luke Skywalker is bad in this movie, should not be ignored.
Yeah, and also, if they ever made him go dark side, it's a bit obvious what he would be.
Oh yeah,
the Joker.
Absolutely. That would be.
Oh,
that's it. It's not Palpatine's laugh in Rise of Skywalker. It's Mark Hamill's the Joker's laugh.
Yeah. I don't think the Star Wars universe will be ready for someone of Joker's caliber.
In a franchise which has got murder, decapitation, explosions, entire planets and civilizations being wiped out by a man who's essentially Hitler.
Yep.
You don't think the world of Star Wars is ready for the Joker?
I mean, you'd be wondering how can he raise the ante? He'd find a way.
Yeah, he would.
I mean, look.
You do the hospital explosions bit just for the Death Star.
Yeah, and it'd probably be a bit improvised as well, because it probably wouldn't work at first.
Oh yeah, no, actually, that's actually a bit of a misconception. The explosion was planned.
It just didn't initially work.
Oh yeah,
the trigger. That's what I mean.
Yeah, It was planned, but it's sort of shit's not working.
So it's like it was like they had that one day to film it or something, so they just kept rolling with it.
Yeah, I mean it's Christopher Nolan. What do you expect? But anyway, we are getting off topic.
Yep.
May he rest in peace.
Yeah. Anyhow,
okay. Something I would change is the bombers.
Yeah, that should. If they're not going to have Y-wings, at least explain why they're not there.
I mean, here's my thing. Okay, the bombers. Yes, they're large and they carry a lot of payload, but they've got no shield. Okay, no shield whatsoever.
I kind of get the shield. Did you know the not interceptors. A-wings, I think they are, the interceptor ones, didn't have shields either, I think?
No, they did have... They
were missing something, I know that. Might have been a hyperdrive, actually.
It was a hyperdrive.
Yeah.
X-Wings had hyperdrive.
And
But-
shields.
Yeah, and shield. Actually, I thought of something actually. Why don't TIE fighters have hyperdrive?
They're meant to be cheap and expendable.
Well, yeah, true, they are cheap and expendable. But
Considering the expansion across the whole galaxy, they're gonna want some like cheap and expendable, form of policing in order to handle that load.
But theoretically, wouldn't you launch TIE fighters with hyperdrives as sort of scout ship? So they could scout the specific area, report back, and then first order ships can jump in.
That's a good point, but there might already be a thing for that. Not just a TIE fighter. Especially since, they're meant to be cost effective. Which is actually the best way to describe it, really.
Cost effective, yeah.
I mean, the funny thing is, they could have had X-Wings, like in Legends at least.
Yeah.
Because the manufacturers for them pretty much defected.
Yeah.
Hence why the Rebels got their hands on them.
That would be actually kind of interesting.
And interesting, like, they wouldn't really be able to do it in a movie.
Why not?
Well, it could be like a subplot. I'm not sure if it'd be. Well, actually, not in the main movies at least. If it was something like Rogue One, for instance, like a spin-off, it would work just fine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so like branches with the sort of like Empire branches sort of defecting to join the Rebels. That could be pretty interesting.
Yeah, that does sound quite a unique idea.
Yeah, so like maybe X-Wing House, the Rebels got some of the equipment. So for instance, X-Wings, important leader figures, how they came into power, stuff like that. It could be potentially quite interesting.
I think that would be cool. Hey, Disney, if you are watching, or if somebody, which I doubt, but if you are watching, or somebody of your caliber is watching, please take our idea, and we would like a 10% share profit.
10% might be a... Hey, don't turn into Disney with the Sony incident.
Alright, fine, we'll take 1%.
How about 0.5%, because that's still going to be enough.
That's actually true, because with the Star Wars movie, they make $1 billion at least, so 0.5% would be 50 million.
Yeah. Well, maybe not billions. I mean, not Last Jedi, Rogue One did Rogue One reach $1 million? Billion even?
Yeah, it reached $1 billion.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Every Star Wars movie that has been made has reached $1 billion in some form.
Including the original trilogy, if you do some like inflation and stuff.
If you inflate it, yeah.
Yeah.
So, Star Wars, $1 billion franchise, literally.
Anyhow, another thing that should be changed is the overall plot and not make it sort of not turn it into essentially The Empire Strikes Back, just rearranged a bit.
Yeah, because I mean...
Well, that's what it is.
Yeah, pretty much. Actually, there's something that pisses me off, and it's the space battle bit, where they're chasing them.
That is literally the longest and slowest chase scene I can think of in history. Because for about 3/4, if not, I don't know, 4/5 of the movie is just the Rebels slowly losing ships while they drag themselves across space, while the Empire, they are basically the Empire at this point, basically bomb them ever so slowly as well. When it's like, can't you just send some fighters out?
Here's what I was thinking. Okay, I was thinking this. Can I just give you a quick 5-minute thing of how I would change?
Sure, go ahead.
Right, so the movie starts off, with Poe trying to fly towards the ship.
Yeah.
And do you know when there's all this comedy banter here? It doesn't work, does it? It just makes the story seem like a comedy fools. So, what happens is he says hello and starts doing the banter, and he says, do this blah, 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 one time and we will fire on you. He says, please hold. He targets with a weapon and he starts firing before, it's fully... They fire all the turbo lasers at Poe's X-Wing before he's fully charged, his booster, so he has to evade them. And it's just a cool evasion scene. He's evading. Evades them all.
The thing I find with him charging his booster up is like, couldn't you just flown there in the time? He could have gotten there in the time it would have taken him to charge it.
That is actually quite true, he could have.
Well, no. It's not as simple as that, in all fairness.
No.
Like, he'd need that burst of speed to, get out of range of the turrets and stuff. So it'd be close enough where they wouldn't be effectively able to hit him. Yeah.
So then basically, Poe gets there and starts taking out the gun turrets. But then a swarm of X-Wing a swarm of TIE fighters start flying out. And Poe's thinking, oh shit, I gotta get out of here. So then he leads the TIE fighters away as every single TIE fighter follows Poe. And then you just hear a message on the radio, initiate stage 2. And you know the scene where you see the bombers come? It's not bombers, they're Y-Wing.
And if we do have, heavy duty bombers, they're not the ones from the movie.
No.
They're completely redesigned.
Yeah, so Y-Wings come up and they start, they all ready with their bomb.
Actually, you know what they could do is have a more apparent reason for the need of the heavy bombers. So maybe you could have a Y-Wings do a bombing run, but it doesn't do enough, but it isn't quite effective enough, so the bombing run doesn't do much damage. So it facilitates the need for the heavier bombers.
Maybe the smaller bombers, the Y-Wings, could be used primarily to take down the shields, and the heavy bombs could be used to take down the hull.
Yeah. Don't proton torpedoes bypass the shields or overload the electronics or something like that?
In Rogue One, they used EMP, ion torpedoes.
Yeah,
take out the shield.
That's what.
Yeah.
That's what they basically were, little EMP bombs.
Yeah, that's pretty much what they were. Oh, actually, something else I'd change is the hyperspeed ram.
It was cool. Yeah, it was cool, but don't have it by the most unlikable bitch I've seen so far in Star Wars.
And it also, yes, Captain Feminist.
Yeah.
And it also completely ruins Star Wars.
Yeah. It's cool, but it shouldn't have been there, because it's why didn't they do that with the Death Star?
Hmm. Well, I did have an idea, and it's kind of basically, it's better than what we got. It is a hyperspace weapon, okay? But rather than ramming through the ship jumps into hyperspace, or whether the equipment is, jumps into hyperspace, and then re-emerges inside the object.
Well, that does sound pretty cool.
So imagine this. Do you know the scene when after they've jumped away from the first wave, after all the gun turrets and they've destroyed the dreadnought?
Yeah.
So imagine this: 5 TIE fighters with hyperdrives jump out, and then they deploy every X-wing they've got. So every X-wing, including reserves, are all launched out. And then all of a sudden, as the X-wings approach the TIE fighters, 5 Imperial ships just jump out straight behind the TIE fighters and start blasting the X-wings. So they've lost all their outer defense. Then you hear General Hux say, "Fire the weapon."
Or maybe just a slight adjustment. Maybe the TIE fighters with the hyperdrives, maybe they could be remotely piloted, and they're basically a bit like suicide bombers. So they suddenly jump and then immediately reappear inside the X-wings, taking both of them out.
Oh, that would be cool.
Actually, it could be evidently like a sort of cheaply made hyperdrive, specifically designed for that sort of purpose.
That actually, yeah, it's kind of like a makeshift hyperdrive.
Yeah. To make it a bit more plausible.
Yeah. And when you say, the TIE fighters jump into the X-wing, I wasn't thinking that, but that's actually something else. What if the TIE fighters are equipped with seismic charges?
With what, sorry?
Seismic charges.
Filing charges?
No, I forgot. Seismic!
Oh, yeah.
What if the TIE fighters are equipped with those, so they explode, taking out the X-wings within range? And then the main ship, Snoke's ship, jumps in. It targets the main ship. What's actually the main ship called?
It looks like one of the ones from Return of the Jedi. I can't remember the name of it.
Well, we'll call it the Big Oval.
The Big Slow Turtle.
Yes, the Big Slow Turtle. I like that one. So, the BST, the Big Slow Turtle. So basically, it fires the hyperspeed weapon and it launches an explosive device at hyperspeed inside the ship into the engine bay, blows it up, disabling both the hyperdrive and the engines itself. So they are adrift in space. That's why they're slow.
That's true.
So then they launch all the X-Wing, take them out, blah blah blah, launch, and they start And you know how the First Order is very sort of, they think they can do anything they want?
Yeah.
Actually, no, retract that. They don't launch any X-Wing, okay? Or TIE Fighters. Shit, I keep getting X-Wings and TIE Fighters confused.
There is a difference between the two.
Yes, I know there is a difference between the two. One of them is piloted by Nazis. But look,
And one of them's actually well built.
yes, one of them is well built. But my point is, they don't launch any TIE Fighters or X-Wing. The main ship, which has weapons, all the reserve fighters and fighters themselves are taken out. So they stop. And the ship is slowly adrift in space. And so Hux basically is like, you know what, guys? Let's just tease them. Wait here until the weapon is charged, then we'll destroy them. They can't do anything about it. They can't run. They can't protect themselves. We'll win.
We'll give
So
them
it's
a semblance of... sort of like a Fox sense of peace as we
Yeah.
put them out of their misery. Let them get whatever affairs they have in order.
That is actually really good.
You could add sort of like almost like a dark tone to it.
Yeah. That is actually a really good idea. I mean, that's the whole point of the movie. The whole point of a second movie in the franchise, of a trilogy, is to be darker than the first one, and to be better than the first one.
Or as one might describe Empire Strikes Back, the good guys getting their ass kicked no matter what they do, so the only thing they can do is just run away.
Exactly. So, you know, all that happens, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah.
Oh, something else that should be absolutely removed is the whole casino planet.
Yes, get rid of that shitty scene.
It served no real purpose at the end, because they just get turned on, so it's like, what was the point in that?
Also, here's something I changed. I wouldn't get rid of Rose,
Of who?
but Rose,
Is she Shrek? Is that the Shrek Jr.?
yeah, Shrek Jr. I wouldn't get rid of her, but what I would do is I would change her character.
If I were to keep her character the same, I'd just have it so she gets blasted out of the ship into space, slowly chokes to death, and then gets eviscerated by blaster bolts. I do not like her.
I mean, to be fair, Leia got herself back, and in this universe, apparently anybody can be a Jedi. So,
Oh,
you know,
that's something that absolutely has to get removed. That, because honestly, I still cannot find an explanation for what the hell she actually did.
uses the Force to pick up. There's two things actually. The ending bit when they use the Force to pick up the broom, and the bit when she's become Mary Poppins in space. What the hell were they thinking?
Like, the bit with the broom is an obvious sort of nod to Rian Johnson's then potential sequel, like his own trilogy, which isn't happening.
Nope.
Thank God.
Is it weird that when she was flying through space, I genuinely heard in my own head?
What, the Superman song?
Yeah, exactly.
Now every time I see it, I just have like Yandu just going, "I'm Mary Poppinjol" in my
Mary
head.
Poppins, yo!
Ugh.
That would be. Also, when she gets into the ship,
How does she not blast the air out? Because it's like
exactly, because
there's no airlock.
exactly, you know, they open the thing and it goes.
Imagine she just opens like, "Hi guys," whoops. As all the air just gets blasted out.
Okay, here's something I would change. At the end of the movie, when they're on Crate, the salt planet.
AKA Hoth Mark II.
Yes, just warmer and saltier.
Yeah. Not as
Like
salty
10.
as the rest of us when we watched the film.
Ooh! That is actually quite true.
That's
Here's what I would have. So all the do you know how all the TIE fighters follow?
The Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, I want them to do that. But think about this. So everybody retreats inside the thing, and they close the bunker.
Yeah.
And they close the door, and then they launch the monoski. Okay.
Hmm.
So I think Rose should still be there, but Rose gets shot down.
Yeah. And not have us somehow catch up to Poe, who is going full speed ahead.
Finn.
Oh, I meant Finn, not Poe. I never did get how she was able to catch up in time and get enough speed to ram him out the way.
Yeah. So I mean, it's kind of. I'm gonna kill myself.
Nope.
What the?
I mean, one could argue that he was slowed down by running into the weapon.
She picked up the bomb from Super Mario.
No, she was the red shell.
That's no, the blue shell.
Well,
That's how she hit him so accurately.
Yeah. Well, the red shell's just as annoying, though.
Also, another thing, she comes at him from side on. So not only would she have to have been going super fast, she would also have been ahead of him.
Yeah. It's like, did no one notice her coming? Why didn't anyone say anything?
It's kind of like, I'm going to kill myself. Finn, you've got Rose on your right. What?
And they did that for more or less no reason.
Exactly.
And also,
Just because.
how
That's
come,
now.
how come those AT-ATs didn't, I don't know, step on them or shoot them? They
Because
were
the
right in front
Empire
of them.
agreed.
That's true.
And here's the thing. I think Finn should have rammed into it and killed himself.
Yeah, because, no offense, but what purpose is he really get? Well, I'm kind of curious what his purpose will be in the next Star Wars film, apart from a potential death. But then again, probably
I like Poe. I like Poe in the first.
yeah, he was fine in the first film. Second one, it's like, why are they trying to do this sort of character arc when that wasn't any? That was just
He was just a stormtrooper in the first one, but then he found his humanity. And that was an interesting idea.
I mean,
In this one,
wait,
yeah.
Poe. Now you're talking about Finn.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about, Finn.
You said Poe.
What? Shit, I meant Finn. See, we both got them mixed up.
I'm not even sure how that's possible, considering they look completely different.
Oh, one of them is black and one of them is white, so...
I wasn't gonna go there, but all right.
Hey, I'm just getting it out there.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, so Finn, yes, should ram into it, kill himself, okay? And actually, that's something else I want to talk about.
That would be a good way to subvert expectations.
Well, yeah, it would be,
Which,
you know.
honestly, I tend to find as an excuse for bad writing, if you will. Like, if a
Subvert-
movie does badly because of how they do it, it's like, oh, I just wanted to subvert expectations. Like,
Well,
that just sounds like an excuse, if you will.
well, look at Infinity War. When Thanos snapped his fingers, that was a subversion of expectation.
Well, to be fair, it was originally going to be a two-part movie.
True, but still, you know.
That's true. I mean, which isn't to say subverting expectations is always a bad thing, because, well, Infinity War did it right. It's a mouthful.
Infinity War and Endgame.
Two fucking brilliant movies.
Absolutely fucking brilliant. I saw Endgame midnight release.
I saw it twice.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah, it comes out on DVD in a little bit as well.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, first week of September.
Well, before we go off conversation topic,
Okay.
buy Avengers Endgame, 1st of September. You'll love it.
It's not 1st of September, like within the first week of it, I
Oh,
suspect. But
whatever it is.
minor detail.
Anyway, hey, actually, that's something else I'd like to talk about. What happened to Finn at the end of episode 7? What happened?
He got sliced in the back with a lightsaber.
Up the spine with a lightsaber. So please explain to me why he's not paralyzed.
It's like, you can't say, he was far enough away that only the tip grazed him. It's like, that did not look far away. It looked like, at least, at the best, medium range. And look, lightsaber's not exactly short, unless it's a Shoto.
So here's what I'm thinking. I think Poe should be paralyzed, but
Finn.
he can walk. Shut up. I think Finn should be paralyzed, but the only way he can walk is through an exoskeleton.
Or maybe sort of like some sort of exoskeleton. A bit like War Machine.
A bit like War Machine.
And if he wears a suit, he should wear it under the suit, because that's one of the minor issues I have with Endgame.
Exactly, because it's Star Wars universe, you know, they can make technology.
It's plausible. I mean, it's future tech.
Yeah, I mean, that would be quite interesting, because, you know, he sacrificed himself, but he regains his humanity after he sacrificed himself.
I mean, he did lose a bit of himself, but at the same time gained something potentially of equal value.
Exactly.
If not greater value. They could go somewhere with that.
Yeah, exactly.
And not have him sort of the laughing stock as he follows around Shrek Jr. on a completely pointless mission that becomes even more pointless when it amounts to completely nothing.
I mean, wouldn't it be really heart-wrenching to see him wake up sort of not scream, just realise he can't move and just sort of...
He's just like heavily breathing, wakes up, cold sweat, looks down, moves his fingers, see if they works. He looks down onto his toes, evidently trying the same. The look on his horror grows as he realises that he's paralysed. Show, don't tell.
Exactly. That would be an interesting idea. And here's something else I think should happen. I think the Millennium Falcon should explode.
I can see why you'd say that.
Well, I mean, think about this. I mean, think of it like this. So the Millennium Falcon flies over the bunker, and all the X-Wings follow, okay?
Yeah.
But, so, not all of the X-Wings, but some of the X-Wings follow, okay? And they all get taken out somehow. And then the Millennium Falcon flies over, and it lands on the ground, and it's surrounded by a bunch of troops. And this is where, Kylo Ren and General Hux walk over. The ramp opens, and Rey walks down. And basically he says, keep your guns on her. We don't want her to escape. Search the ship for Skywalker.
That was a disturbingly accurate impression.
Oh, thank you. I can do impressions. So basically he says, they're searching the ship and they say, there's no Skywalker in here. Where is he? And you just hear... Then the ship explodes, killing all the guards that were surrounding it, and injuring Hux and Kylo Ren. And then what you see is you see Rey unscathed. She looks down at him and says something along the lines, and then she disappears, and it turns out she was a Force ghost. Like a Force projector. Yeah.
And then out from the sky, this is something I would love to have seen. You see an old-looking X-wing.
Yes.
A very familiar pilot and a just as familiar astromech droid within it. Okay, maybe R2 being in it would be a little bit much because he was already with the Resistance.
Well, no, they never R2.
Oh no, he wasn't. He went with Rey.
No, R2 never went with Rey.
I'm pretty sure he did.
That was BB.
Oh no, BB-8 stayed with him. No.
Where did R2? I don't know. R2 wasn't in the film.
He was.
Where? And you can't just go on Google search.
I just did. Yeah, he went to see Luke.
Oh right. Well, still, so basically, all the guards are taken down, the Millennium Falcon's been destroyed, the X-Wing lands, Luke gets out, ignites his lightsaber, and they have a fight.
And Luke easily kicks his ass because he should.
Yeah. Luke kicks his ass. Oh no, how about this? Luke kicks his ass, then Kylo, reaches deep within the dark side of him and Force lightning. It's kind of a callback.
Or maybe Luke could be like, not bad. Bit of a candle compared to that of the Emperor's, though. And just send it back at him, or something like that.
I mean, we have seen that Force users can send lightning back. That's Yoda.
Yeah, with Tutor Minus.
Exactly.
And well, he did you know, he actually tried deflecting the Emperor's lightning in the novelization?
Ah.
But then he cranked up the power and it just, well.
Yeah. But could you imagine that? Wouldn't it be a really interesting idea? He catches the lightning in both of his hands and then he sends it back, similar style to the Emperor.
Yeah.
I mean, and the ironic thing is, the Emperor was trying to get Luke to become his new apprentice.
Before
as Kylo was Luke's apprentice. So it would kind of be like, the master shocking the apprentice in kind of a visual representation.
Yeah, and in all fairness, the Emperor did just go, you know what, I'm just going to kill you anyway.
Exactly. He did just say that.
Yeah.
Oh, I have got something that has to be changed.
The Throne Room site? Fight?
We'll get on to that in a minute, but get rid of Admiral Holdo and replace her with Admiral Akbar.
Well, he was technically already in the film, but just... Yeah.
No, he got killed off.
Yeah, in the most unflattering manner for someone who somehow got incredibly popular.
Exactly. Admiral Akbar here. Die.
I think
Hey,
maybe 5, maybe a few lines at best before he got blown up.
he could have said some. I mean, could you imagine him ramming the ship? This is Admiral Akbar of the Rebel Alliance. Fuck you.
Or we just ended with, it's a trap for you.
It's a trap!
Upon entering the woman and realising that now he's going to have to pay child support.
Exactly. Hey, I'm home. What? This is Admiral Akbar. Target all weapons on my wife and fire.
But yeah, if anyone was if that hyperspace ram had to be in, it should have been Admiral Akbar.
Yeah, he deserved it.
Yeah, somehow. And not some random feminist that that came out of nowhere nobody liked.
I mean, the thing is that, he deserved it.
Yeah.
He was there when he destroyed the Empire. On both Death Stars.
Yeah.
Anyway, throne room scene.
Scrap it? No, not scrap it, just change it a bit.
Well, first of all, don't make the weapons the guards are holding able to light the wall.
On fire, because that's a bit... I kind of get it if it's like superheated and stuff, but why are the walls flammable?
Exactly! Why would the walls of a space
Magic. Space magic.
be flammable?
Yeah.
True. And on the subject of changing the throne room scene, the choreography of the fight.
Not have it so blatantly obvious that they have a clear shot at Rey, but then just magically miss her.
I mean, to be fair, The Dark Knight Rises had this issue, but at least they tried to hide it.
Did it?
Yeah! The Dark Knight Rises...
Even when they get knocked down for no reason.
Yeah, exactly, when they think, shit, I'm meant to be down. Ugh!
It's a bit funny when you notice it, when you're actually able to notice it. But it's a bit more in your face. Well, not in your face, it's a bit more glaring in The Last Jedi, because it's like, you could have... Like, there's one at the beginning of the fight where it's like, he's doing some unnecessary twirl, goes to her back, but then just somehow completely misses. Just sort of realises that he can't hit her, and hits another guy's weapon instead.
Yeah. Also, the bit when he's pushing against her with the weapon, like with full force, and then she just drops the lightsaber, and turns around and slices him. She should be dead.
The momentum's not going to stop.
No. It's kind of like saying, right, I'm going to keep pushing you, and then I'm going to stop, and when I stop, nothing's going to happen. You're dead.
Yep. Also, she did get a cut on her arm, but if it's meant to be heated like it was, then shouldn't it have been cauterized?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not quite lightsaber hot, but if it was cauterized, it would have been plausible.
I mean, to be fair, what the hell is the armour of the guards made out of that it can't withstand the thing that their weapons are made of?
You could argue, what the hell are the Jedi wearing if they can't withstand lightsabers, but yeah.
Well, I mean, to be fair, the Jedi are Force users, the guards aren't.
Actually, doesn't the armor cause them pain or something because of some sort of magnetic field that help them deflect lightsabers to an extent?
Yeah, I think it's some scientific bullshit like that.
Yep. So it can deflect glancing blows, just not direct ones.
Yeah.
I think it was shown a couple times as well.
I mean, the point I've seen is that every time... Actually, that's the thing about lightsabers in the new trilogy. Lightsabers in the new trilogy don't do a damn.
A damn thing?
Exactly. Force Awakens. Sliced up the back? Nothing. Sliced up the face at full blast?
It didn't kill him somehow.
It is but a scratch. A scratch? Your face is off. No, it isn't. Well, what's that then? I've had worse.
He didn't... Like, you can't say he managed to evade it. He didn't dodge it at all. It caught him full force.
Why not? Why not keep the mask on the entire second movie? Maybe his face was messed up so badly that he has to have his face on completely.
His face
mask
on. His
face.
Yeah. And then... So he gets rid of it in this movie, but in the next movie, he's rebuilding it.
Exactly, and then...
What's the point of that?
Yeah, well, I don't think it's Kylo. I think it's somebody else.
I'm pretty certain it's Kylo that's rebuilding his mask.
Could be a
Like,
sympathizer.
one could argue that it's him, like, removing his shackles from Snoke and whatnot, but if that's the
Well,
case,
Snoke's dead.
oh, can we? That's something that needs to get changed immediately. Snoke's death,
Was
as in,
bullshit.
don't have it.
In fact, don't have Snoke in the movie except for holograms.
Yeah,
Save him for the third film.
yeah, like they did with the Emperor.
Definitely. I'd be all for him being Darth Plagueis.
Yeah, a lot of people were.
Darth Plagueis. Eh, eh.
And then he's just some cartoon villain where he just monologues, doesn't realise there's a saber right next to him moving on a metallic surface.
Well, the thing is, he even does the Emperor's, like pornographic monologues. Yes,
Oh,
I
yeah.
can feel the lightsaber turning towards me. Oh, yeah.
As he prepares to select down his enemy. Oh shit, it was me.
No, but think about it. Sorry to go off topic here, but in the prequel trilogy, how does the Emperor talk to Anakin? It's like it's a 60-year-old talking to essentially a 25-year-old.
Hmm.
Are you going to kill me? I know you. I can feel your anger.
Well, that and he knew Anakin wouldn't actually kill him.
No, yeah, but I mean, actually, how did you know Anakin wouldn't kill him? What if he just got it really wrong and just had his head sliced off?
Because he'd more or less been manipulating him. He already got to him, essentially.
Yeah, true. I mean, the
I think
Emperor
it's
is the
like-
master killer.
Yeah, he is. Well, what? I was about to say was, but it's like, oh, the next film he might still be alive somehow, so.
Yeah, I mean, Mace Windu could still be alive.
Possibly.
I mean, we have seen that Jedi's can survive large fall.
Yep. But to be fair, he had his arm cut off, so there's that pain on top of the Emperor's lightning.
Well, to be fair, Luke got shocked far longer,
That's true.
and he came up grand. And Mace Windu's a Jedi Master, so if a Padawan can do it with two hands, I'm sure a Master can do it with one.
I wouldn't necessarily say he was a bad one, but he had
He
Yoda's
was!
approval.
Yeah, true. I mean, he had everyone's approval. And actually, he did have Yoda's approval. Yoda was against having Anakin on the Jedi Council.
Because of how old he was.
No, yes, and also because you could sense evil intention.
Well, that and his mother.
Yeah.
Which makes you wonder, why didn't they just free her or something? It's like,
It kind of makes you wonder. In the prequels, what the hell were the Jedi doing in any of the movies?
what do you mean?
Well, I go back to how it should have ended. There's a bit when he says, "I've captured the leader, Jango Fett. But my ship can only fit one. Can you send any Jedi ships?" No, cannot send ships. Why not? Sitting here in comfy chairs we are. Seriously, what the hell were the Jedi doing? They were just sitting down.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
I mean,
No wonder Yoda needed a cane after sitting down that long.
well, that and he's like 800 plus year old?
He's an 800-plus-year-old with the acrobatic skills of a gold gymnast.
When he's using the Force to augment himself, that is.
Exactly.
Which didn't do wonders with his stamina.
No, I mean, his stamina...
The thing with it is, like, his stamina isn't usually an issue because he can pretty much subdue any enemy that he comes across, no problem.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
The only one who pushed his stamina was Sidious.
Yeah. I mean, that's because he's the most powerful Sith.
We're going up to 45 minutes, by the way. Like, do you want to extend this to an hour or try and wrap this up?
Yeah, we can do that. I mean, got 15 more minutes, so yeah, we'll do that.
Okay, we'll do that then.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, for the last 15 minutes, let's do something different, okay?
Okay.
So for the last 15 minutes, we'll do The Last Jedi, but let's talk about the good thing.
The ending. When it ended,
Yeah.
I should say.
Yeah.
Like,
That's it.
when I was
That's
there,
all.
we'll walk out the cinema.
That's all the good there was when you could walk out of the cinema and say, "I'm done."
But joking aside, slash semi-joking aside, the visuals.
Oh god, yeah. I mean,
You can't really mess them up.
I know that they were beautiful. The visuals were absolutely stunning.
Yep. Sound design, one of the
Yeah,
best things about Star Wars by a mile.
is the sound. Oh yeah, absolutely. But, I mean, we knock the hyperspace ramming bit, but when it goes silent, and then you just hear the. Pew.
Yep. And the visuals of that was stunning.
Oh yeah, the way that the ships just sort of broke up in little sections like da-da-da-da-da.
Yep.
That was amazing.
The
And I do have to give the set, the location.
yeah, prop design, location set, and stuff like that.
I mean, we do mock Crate for being Hoth Mark II, but still, the way
Still
that
looked good.
the red against the white, bless you, the way we got the red against the white, you know, that is a beautiful image.
And a bit when Hollow Luke, if you will, was just dancing around Kylo, that looked visually impressive at least.
Oh god, yeah. I also like the bit when they just blast, when they blast Luke, and then he just wipes it off his shoulder.
Just like, what was that?
But sub bitch.
That was pretty cool. Here's
It
the
was.
thing. You know that thing he gave Leia, the dice?
Yeah.
He gave that while he was a hologram.
So how did he?
What happened after he disappeared? Did they disappear as well?
Well, they must have.
Imagine that, just like, here, they're your husband and my brother-in-law and stuff. He died. Psych!
It's kind of like, here you go. Wait a minute, I'm gonna die. That's it. I need someone to take to heaven with me. Psych!
Just crush your spirits even more.
That's why Leia's not in the last movie. She tops.
Her heart couldn't take it.
I couldn't take it. Actually, I will have to say this to the actors. The actors did the best they could with what they were given.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
I mean, everybody is acting. Everybody's trying their best.
Yeah, with what they're
And to,
given.
yeah, and to be fair, we do mock Admiral Holdo, but the actress herself, I mean, she's a great actress.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
whenever I criticise characters, I don't necessarily criticise the actual actors themselves. Except Brie
Oh,
Larson.
no, we just criticise the character being absolute shit.
Well, the only one I'd really criticise, well, not Star Wars per se, but Endgame. Miss, I'm going to change my haircut every other few years.
Miss Wonder Woman that failed.
You mean Brie Larson? Like, that's probably the one actress I'd criticise.
Actually, I do feel kind of sorry for Brie Larson.
A little bit, but then it's like...
Look at interviews from 3 years and plus ago. Okay, there's an interview she did when she was on the movie The Room, okay?
Okay.
And if you look at that interview, she's calm, she's collected, speaks very well, and she's very kind. And then you look at an interview with Captain Marvel, and she's completely changed. It's like, when she was talking about The Room, it was a bit like... It had one of the nicest and most calm people in the room, talking about this and just saying, I'm very grateful I was given this opportunity, and one of the most humble people. And then you look at Captain Marvel, and boom, something happened, like a personality change.
Did it just get to her head, perhaps?
I think it was. I think it was the power.
Possibly.
Yeah.
I mean, it got to the point where, like, Don Cheadle, Chris Hemsworth, well, if you look at interviews, apparently, like, according to a body language expert, they were uncomfortable or something.
They were. I mean, you could even say him saying, I told you not to touch me. And you could tell that wasn't, him saying that. He was serious.
I mean, considering that, like, well, at least Chris Hemsworth at least seems like a really chill guy.
Oh god, yeah. I mean, he's the Thor. I was about to say the Thor of Thunder then, but he's the God of Thunder.
Yep. And Brofor, which they're calling him, or as I call him, Thick Thor.
What do you mean, Fat Thor?
Yeah. That was actually a bodysuit. I was like, what the hell? It looks so convincing. I actually thought they got Chris Hemsworth to put on a lot of weight.
No, that'd be the body double. I mean, I'm big enough for it anyway.
Like, I legit thought that I don't know, they made Chris Hemsworth get fatten up or whatever. It was actually a bodysuit.
Well, the thing is, it's visual effects and
That's
stuff.
Like, the thing I found interesting was that in Infinity War, when like Robert Downey Jr. wore a bit of the armor, they used
Yeah.
that exact same one for Endgame.
Yeah.
Even though the armors are different. Not too different, but there is a definite difference.
Well, I suppose it's nanotech.
Yeah. Which,
Yeah.
gotta give absolute props to the CG team. That's gotta be a pain in the arse. Well, any scene with him suiting up is going to be a pain in the arse.
I mean, the scene where all the portals are in Endgame, that must have been a pain in the ass there.
Yeah, just like, okay, we need to animate the background, make it big, scale it enough so we can fit all of these people in.
Exactly.
On top of all these portals. It's kind of funny when you look at behind the scenes stuff and it's just like, how do they keep a straight face?
Yeah, I mean, I do. I mean, I think we've given all the stuff about the Last Jedi we can give now, haven't we?
More or less.
So let's just talk about Avengers.
Endgame.
Why not? Yeah,
For
Endgame.
the last 10 minutes. A
I
much
mean,
better
there's
film
only
that
one-
doesn't want me to strangle someone.
What was that?
A film which is actually good and doesn't want me to strangle someone.
Yeah, I mean, well, here's the thing about Endgame. Endgame is the biggest cinematic event since, ironically, Star Wars.
Yeah. I mean, it's done better than Avatar.
Which is
Much
amazing.
less. Yeah. I'm actually going to just check how much it's done now.
It will pass the 3 billion mark just in a while.
2.796 billion.
Holy shit.
2.79. Yeah. Maybe it probably won't quite reach 3 billion, but it's damn close to it.
No, but it will reach 3 billion plus when DVD sales come out.
Oh, that's true, because they're going to go through the roof.
The thing is, 2.8 billion on just cinema tickets.
And stuff like that, yeah. Well, 2.795, but
Well,
basically...
2.87. Come on, just cinema on its own.
Yeah, that's massive.
Wait until the DVD comes out, you're going to get another billion at least.
Yep.
Then you got the merchandising on top of that.
Oh, yep. Ooh.
Yeah.
When does it come out? 2nd of September.
Ooh, it's going to be good.
Yep. Next Monday.
That's going to be good.
I'm definitely going to buy it. Since
Well, no, actually, the thing is, where I'm going to University UCLan, they have like film night. And it's whatever movie you want to watch, so I could get Avengers Endgame.
when I head back to uni from a second year, my flatmates and I are going to do like a Marvel marathon, a phase at a time. Because
Lucky stars.
there's no way in hell we're doing all 3 phases at once.
You're going to have to.
We can't do it all at once, like in one sitting. It's just not possible.
Well, it is possible. You
Well,
don't
it
sleep
is.
and have food next to you and you have somewhere to urinate.
That's true. We'd have to do it during a break, or depending what our timetable's like, and we'd have to actually calculate how long it would take us.
3,000 hours.
That's,
Sorry, 3,000 minutes.
the whole 3000 thing was actually because of one of Robert Downey Jr.'s kids.
But actually, somebody calculated the Marvel movies in minutes and it comes to 3,000 minutes.
Didn't someone debunk that though? I thought that got debunked.
Let me check. 3,000 minutes. No. I'm searching it.
Just type in 3000 and Endgame comes up.
Do you know what? Fuck it, I'm going to calculate it. Marvel movie.
Oh, it was debunked. Yeah, it was because Robert Downey Jr.'s kid said it to him. That does, that does actually explain, like, when his kid says it to when Morgan says it to him.
Yeah.
And he looks really genuinely happy.
Oh, yeah, well, I mean, I suppose because they added it in there, it makes him happy.
Yeah, and it's probably could probably think what's going through is like, that's what my kid says to me. Well,
On the subject, yeah. Oh, actually, No, continue.
I mean, considering he's the one who suggested that it would get added.
I mean, he did get paid 50 million for Endgame.
Avengers. I'm pretty sure it was like 80. It was more than 50 million, I swear, because he got paid 50 million for the first Avengers film, if I recall.
No, he wouldn't have got paid 50 million for First Avengers.
Let's see. Yeah, it was 50 million for the first Avengers movie.
Yeah.
Expected to make 75 million.
Jesus Christ.
75 million.
So he essentially made 300 million from the Avengers movie alone.
Yeah, just the Avengers movies, like all of them.
Jesus Christ. Actually, on the subject of Marvel, I'd like to say fuck you, Sony.
Or Disney. Like, supposedly, like, it was Disney who said they wanted a 50-50 cut.
Yeah, true, but still, so Far From Home was your most highest grossing movie. So just let Marvel handle it, please.
Well, I'd say screw the person who decided to try and change up the deal.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Screw them.
Yeah.
Screw them.
Because it's like, well, who's going to be the big face of the MCU? Because as long as it's not Captain Marvel, I'm not going to care.
I think it might be Captain Marvel.
There's one scene in Endgame I don't quite like, and it's the bit when all the females teamed up. It's just like, what? So none of the guys happen to be available? I'm sorry, like, not sound sexist, but it's like there's just reality is there's more male fighters, if you will. There's more male figures on that battlefield, and all of them conveniently had to be preoccupied.
No, the thing is, it's a cool idea, but I don't think it was deserved.
No, it wasn't. Because
it wasn't.
When I watched it both times, I was thinking to myself, you've never talked to her, you've never met. Basically, about more than half the characters had never interacted with each other. It's like, where did all this camaraderie and stuff come from?
Yeah, I mean, it was a cool shot, so I'm not gonna.
It was. I don't have as much as a big problem with it as I probably would have, because it was an amazing visual spectacle. Like, the whole battle was an amazing visual spectacle.
Absolutely.
And well, enough said about that snap scene?
Yeah, enough said about that snap scene.
Yep.
Right, so before we end the podcast, we've got a few minutes left. Before we do, one more thing about Endgame. Okay? So, in fact, in Marvel in general, I think I know who's going to be the head of the MCU.
Kevin Feige? Oh, wait, no, character.
Yeah, character. Kevin Feige turns up, that'd be interesting. Power. Yeah, but I think it's going to be Sam.
Sam Wilson?
Yeah, because he does become Captain America.
He's going to be on the Disney Plus show, though. Cap and Bucky.
Wait. Oh, please don't tell me there's going to be like a TV series or a movie called Cap and Bucky.
No, it's a TV series.
Wait, there is not. Are you serious?
I'm serious. I think it's meant to be like a good cop, bad cop pal movie or something like that.
Oh!
Supposedly Zemo's going to return.
Why?
There's going to be another one with...
It's just Beverly Hills. No, I'll tell you what it is. It's just Rush Hour.
What, with Sebastian Stan and Anthony... How the hell do I say his last name? That could be interesting.
I won't watch it if that.
No, did you hear that Keanu Reeves supposedly is getting a role in the MCU?
I'd be up for that.
I would. Just don't give him just whatever you do not give him a pencil.
I will tell you who he's going to be. He's going to be Constantine. Constantine.
That's a DC person.
No, that's where he's a Marvel.
Constantine, magic user. That's a DC character.
I thought it was...
He might... Supposedly he might be appearing in the Eternals film.
Well, who would he be exactly? I mean, that would be cool.
Yeah. Like, just having Keanu Reeves in the MCU in general is just always going to be amazing.
No, that's it. They go to other universes and John Wick just appears.
Just like, did you kill my dog?
Yeah. He turns around to Thanos and he goes, "You killed my dog. I don't even know who you are." Goes to snap his finger. Keanu Reeves puts his hand out and he just stops. Like the Matrix, stop the snap.
And then he just brings out a pencil, walks up to him casually, and just mullers him with it.
Exactly. He
That'd
takes
be
that
hilarious.
knife, and then his arms, and then finally through the head.
Yup.
That's it.
That would
Keanu.
be amazing.
I mean, Keanu Reeves is God. Let's be honest.
Yeah, no one can deny that. I'm actually a bit tempted to pre-order Cyberpunk 2077 because he's in
I
it.
have.
You have?
Yes.
What platform?
I did it on PC.
Okay. I'm tempted to do the same.
Come on. It's Keanu Reeves.
You can't really go much wrong with that.
I mean, to be fair, Keanu Reeves was, he wasn't doing well for himself up until about 10 years ago.
Wasn't it a bit earlier than that? Because he was in The Matrix.
No, he was doing great, but then his movies from, I think, the mid-2000s to early 2010s were really bad.
And then
But
John
then-
Wick happened.
And then he's now become the kindest and greatest actor in Hollywood.
Wasn't he already like that beforehand though? Like he's really
Now more, like,
yeah. He's also quite shy, isn't he, apparently?
yeah, he is quite a shy person.
I wouldn't mind having a beer with him.
Oh no, I mean, Keanu Reeves is one of those guys that you can walk into a pub with, have a beer, talk about, have a laugh.
Yeah, just have a casual conversation, just get a beer, maybe just get a beer. You don't say anything, you just sat there, just the two of you, just like, yep.
Exactly.
Okay, we're up to an hour on the podcast.
Okie dokie then. Well, this is it. The end of The Last Jedi. So I would like to thank my fellow Twit for doing this with me. Say hello, fellow Twit.
Boo.
And yes, if you will be hearing me refer to us as Twit, that is the...
Two something?
Yeah, it's two
Witty.
witty idiots talking shit. That's
Yep.
so. Me and Hunter are two witty idiots talking shit, or as we like to call them, Twit. So, thank you very much for listening to the Twits talk about The Last Jedi. We will see you tomorrow for r/unpopular opinion.